Hello and welcome to this edition of Eat Right with Rouses. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us, however you may be joining us here in the lovely area of Rouses Supermarket, where I am joined by April Sins.
Hello, Keith.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Yes, and we're in the fruit and vegetable section, but we're going to talk something a little different in the store today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about can you have a can?
Ooh. And we're going to answer that question.
All right,
very good.
We're going to do a little bit of myth busting today, Keith, because sometimes cans can get a little bit of a bad rap.
They do.
If you think about cans, it's one of the oldest forms of food preservations that we have. So there's a reason why we started canning things, and it's to preserve that nutrition for when we need it.
Right.
So let's go back to the basics and think about there are more than 1,500 food varieties. Okay, wow. That's a lot. 15. So that's including fruits, vegetables, beans, seafood, lean proteins, soups, stews. There's so many things. If you start thinking about all the things that are canned, you start going, wow, that's a lot. I could probably talk about an hour about all the different things. So we're going to stick to just a few things today.
Okay.
But some of the easiest canned vegetables to spot are going to be your no added salt canned vegetables. So we have some varieties in the Rouses brand that you could find. You could look for a little no salt added label on there. If you can't find a canned good that like you want this canned good and it does not come in that variety, you can rinse it. Say it's like green beans or something like that. You can, or canned beans, rinse it, and it reduces the sodium in it by 41%.
41% just by rinsing it.
By rinsing it. So you can use those and just rinse it if that is your concern. Because I think that's what comes to a lot of people's minds.
Yeah, if it's canned, it's too much sodium. That's the first thought.
And just think about with the sodium, the job of that is to preserve it. Right. And it's also to help maintain its form inside of the can.
Right.
A lot of things might turn mushy if it didn't have it. So that's the reason why.
Okay.
And then also you can look at some fruits. So the canned fruits, you can look for things that are canned in light syrup or in 100% juice.
Fruit juice, right?
Fruit juice, yes, exactly. So one example would be like the Rouses canned pineapple. It is canned in 100% juice. Right. So that's an example of something that you can look for. Again, if you can't find that version, you can wash it. Or let's say you just have one in your pantry and you're like, I want to use this, but I don't want all the sugar on it. You can rinse it off.
Right. And since you talked about how long we've done this for, it's one of those things where as time has gone by, nutritionists have said, we have found a way to make it with reduced salt. We found a way to reduce the sugar. And those are the two ways they do that.
Absolutely. You can definitely do that. And the thing is that you want to remember canned foods can help prevent food waste.
Right.
So it's already prepared for you. How much more convenient can it be just to open up a can there and it's ready to eat?
Right.
So just think about, beets. I mean, how much easier can it be to eat a beet than from the can? So by opening up those cans and using those, it's convenient. A lot of times it's affordable for a lot of people. The work is already done for you. All you have to do is open it up and then either eat it or prepare it however you like it. And then also canned food, a lot of people kind of think maybe it doesn't have the same nutrition in it as a fresh version or a frozen version, but it's actually preserving those nutrients. Okay. So even though it's canned, it is still nutritious. So one of my favorite examples is to take some canned garbanzo beans or canned beans, rinse them off and add them to a salad. It's just an easy way. You're adding an easy plant-based protein, some fiber, some nutrition, and it came from a can. I didn't have to spend hours cooking it. It's already ready there for me. And then another thing I wanted to remind us of is that steel cans are recyclable.
Yep.
And it's one of the most recycled food packages in the U.S. So it's pretty amazing that you can get all of these benefits from the can, and it's, and it dates back a long time ago.
Right.
And it lasts a long time. And so it really is something that you can get, especially I say, when you're shopping, if you got a good sale going on one of those canned goods, stock up.
Get a case.
So that way you have it and it lasts a long time. And so some really great items, and you can kind of make it what you want. So if you want to get the no salt added, you can. If you get the regular and you want to rinse it, you can have it with less sodium. But I'm a big believer in having that variety from all over the store. So you can get the fresh, you can get the canned, you can get the frozen, you can get it in all forms.
Right. And you can make it your own. I love the idea about making a salad more nutritious simply by adding something that came in a can.
Yeah.
So we need to get rid of these ideas, these myths that are not accurate about what you can get or what you can't get, because you can actually make your very healthy choices a little healthier. And you can do that with cans.
Absolutely. I mean, opening up a can of peaches and then adding that to your yogurt in the morning. I mean, that's just some
great
great
example.
options of being able to use the canned items with fresh items or canned with frozen. You can kind of mix and match to where you get that variety of nutrition.
Yeah, and you can do it. You can get the variety of nutrition in the variety of the store. You don't have to stay in this fruit and vegetable section right behind us. You can go to the canned items and you can check that out. And again, we've advanced in our technology because of nutritionists and because of dietitians like you who are saying there's some options now for low sodium. There's some options for low sugar. You just have to look for it.
Right.
Or you can do a 41% reduction by rinsing yourself. I love it. We appreciate it very, very much. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular edition of Eat Right with Rouses. But don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming right here on HTV.